everybody. In this video, you will be learning about the operators in C#. So the agenda of my video will be understanding about the different types of operators. In this video, we're going to be covering about arithmetic operators, and in the next part of this video, we're going to be covering about comparison operators, logical operators, and ternary operators. So let's get started with it. Like I've already said, we'll be talking first about arithmetic operators. So the first arithmetic operator we're going to be talking about is the addition operator, addition or concatenation operator. So if we're working with two integral values or data types, then this is considered as the addition operator, and it is used to add two values. And if we're working with two string values, then this is considered as the concatenation operator, and it is used to concatenate two strings. I'm going to explain about the addition or concatenation operator in the Visual Studio demo. Now we're going to be talking about the subtraction operator. So this operator is used to subtract two values, of course. I'm not going to explain much about that. So next, let's get into talking about multiplication operators. So this operator is used to multiply two numbers. I'm not going to explain in detail about that too. Next, we're going to be talking about the division operator. So this division operator is used to divide two numbers. I'm not going to talk in detail about that also. Next, we're going to be talking about the remainder or modulus operator. So, like I said, I'm discussing about the remainder or modulus operator. So, the modulus operator is an operator basically to find the remainder after dividing the first number by the second number. For example, here I'm declaring an integer variable that is a and assigning it the value of 10. Then I'm declaring another integer variable that is b and assigning it the value of 3. After that, I'm doing the modulus operation, that is a modulus b, and assigning that value to a variable that is result. So the value of this result is going to be 1, because after the division between 10 and 3, the remainder is going to be 1. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the increment and decrement operators. So these two operators are used to increment or decrement a number. So, like I already said, we're going to be first talking about the increment operator. So, the increment operator can be used in two ways, postfix increment and prefix increment. First, I'm going to talk about postfix increment. So, let's try to understand postfix increment by an example. Here, I'm declaring an integer and assigning it the value of 10. Then, after that, I'm declaring another integer, b, and its value is a++. So, the value of a is going to be 11, and the value of b is going to be 10. So, what happens is that first the value of a is assigned to b, and then the value of a is incremented by 1. Now, I hope you're clear about postfix increment. Next, I'm going to talk about prefix increment. In this example, again, I'm declaring an integer variable and assigning it the value of 10. After that, I'm declaring another integer variable, b, and its value is ++a. The value of a will be 11, and even the value of b is going to be 11. Because what happens is that first, the value of a is incremented by 1, and then it's assigned to b. Okay, now I hope you're even clear about the prefix increment. Next, I'm going to talk about the decrement operator. So, even the decrement operator can be used in two ways, that are postfix decrement and prefix decrement. Let's try to understand these both by an example. First, I'm going to talk about postfix increment. So here I'm declaring an integer variable and assigning it the value of 10. This is the name of our integer variable is a. After that, I'm declaring another integer b and assigning it the value of a minus minus. the value of A is going to be 9 and the value of B is going to be 10. Because what happens is that first the value of A is assigned to B and then the value of A is decremented by 1. Okay, now I hope we're clear about postfix decrement. So next we're going to talk about prefix decrement. So let's try to understand that with an example. Here I'm declaring an integer A and assigning that the value of 10. Then I'm declaring another integer B and assigning it the value of minus A. The value of A is going to be 9 and even the value of B is going to be 9. Because what happens is that first the value of A is decremented by 1 and then after that it is assigned to B. Now let's do the Visual Studio demo. So I'm just going to fire up Visual Studio. So here I've fired up Visual Studio and I've created a console application. What I'll do first is here I'm going to declare a variable that is called result and assign it the value of 10 plus 5. I'm using the addition operator. And then on the console, I'm going to print the result value. So now I'm going to run my program and check what the output is. So you can see that on the console, the output is 15. That's because, of course, 10 plus 5 is 15. Now, instead of 10, I'm going to make this auction. And let's check what's the output when we run our program. You can see that the output is Akshat 5. And that's because not all of these values are numbers and one of them are string. So if they are numbers, then the compiler will identify that this is the addition operator, and even if at least one of these values are a string, then the compiler identifies that this is the concatenation operator, because of course you cannot add two string values. Okay. Now next we're going to be using the subtraction operator. What I'll do first is I'm going to change this akshat back to 10, and instead of this addition operator I'm going to use the subtraction operator. So this is like a normal subtraction itself, but still I'm going to show you. Okay, 10 minus 5, and let's check what's the output of on the console. I'm going to run my program. So the output on the console is 5 because 10 minus 5 is 5. Now I'm going to do multiplication. So 10 multiplied by 5. So now we're going to go ahead and run our program. Okay, the output on the console is 50 because 10 multiplied by 5 is 50. So now I'm going to change this 5 to 3 and use the division operator. So let's check what's the output. Now you can see that the output on the console is 3, and that is not the exact answer, it is 3 point something. So that is because when I hover my mouse over this var keyword, this is a system.in32 and an integer cannot hold decimal values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this var to float, and when I hover my mouse over 10, this is again system.in32. So to change this to a float, I'm going to put in an f suffix. And even this is in 32. I'm going to again put the f keyword. And now when I hover my mouse, it's system.single. That is the .NET framework type for float. Now let's check what's the output by running our application. Okay, the output is 3.333. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and close this. Now we're going to be using the modulus operator. So I'm going to make this float back to var. And then f, I'm just going to remove that. Okay, so instead of this division operator, I'm going to use the modulus or remainder operator. So percentage, that is the symbol or the modulus or remainder operator. Now let's check out the output by running our program. You can see that the output is 1, and that is exactly because the remainder after the division between 10 and 3 is 1. Okay, next we're gonna be using the increment and decrement operators. So I'm just gonna remove these two lines of code. Now I'm gonna declare a variable int a and assign this the value of 10, semicolon. And then in the next line, I'm going to type in int b equal to a plus plus, semicolon. So this is postfix increment. Now I'm going to print on the console a colon placeholder, and in a new line, I'm going to print b colon placeholder. And then after the quotation mark, I'm going to put it in a comma. So this is what you have to display in this placeholder. So in here, I'm going to display A, and in the second placeholder, I'm going to display B. Okay, now let's check out what's the output by running our program. So I'm just going to run my program. You can see that the value of A is 11 and the value of B is 10. So this is because first what happens is the value of A is assigned to B, and then the value of A is incremented by 1. Now let's check out prefix increment. So plus plus A. Now let's check out what's the output by running our program. So you can see that the values of both A and B are 11, and that is because first the value of A is incremented by 1 and it's set to 11, and then that same value is assigned to B. Now let's see the decrement operator in action. So instead of plus plus A, I'm going to make this A minus minus. That's postfix decrement. And let's run our program. So you can see that on the console, the value of A is 9 and the value of B is 10. So now I'm going to close this, and this is because first the value of A is assigned to B, and then the value of A is decremented by 1. So that is set to 9. Now I'm going to show you an example of prefix decrement. So B equal to minus minus A. Now we're going to run our program. So the output on the console was A is 9 and even B is 9. So this is because first the value of A is decremented by 1 and then it's assigned to B. So that is the concept of decrement and increment operator. So that's all for arithmetic operators. We'll continue with the next operators in the next part of this video. So that's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to like and share this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more. Goodbye till the next video.